Today everyone, pag-uusapan natin ang DepEd Order number 14 series of 2026 or the guidelines on learning continuity in emergencies. Ang pinakasimpleng mensahe nito is learning must continue, but safety and well-being must always comes first. Sa vlog na ito ay i-explain natin kung paano gagamitin ng schools, teachers, parents, and learners 4H framework. Hayo, hinay, hinga, and hinto. Sa Pilipinas, hindi na bago yung bagyo, baha, lindol, matinding init, health emergency, o transport disruption. Hindi pare-pareho yung epekto sa bawat school community. Kaya mahalaga yung guideline. Hindi lang siya simpleng may pasok ba o wala. Ang mas importanteng tanong, anong pinakamaligtas, pinakamakatao, at pinakaangkop na paraan para maipagpatuloy yung learning. Ang DepEd Order number 14 series of 2026 ay naglalayong magbigay ng guidance kung paano ipagpatuloy yung teaching and learning before, during, and after the emergencies. Mahalagang maintindihan na hindi ibig sabihin ng learning continuity na ipipilit yung klase kahit delikado. Ibig sabihin nito, may malinaw na proseso yung school para magdesisyon kung anong level ng learning ang posible at ligtas. Para sa school, ang decision ay hindi dapat nakabase lang sa calendar, lesson plan, or pressure na makahabol. Dapat tingnan muna yung safety, well-being, readiness ng school, access ng learners, and coordination with the concerned offices. Sa madaling salita, bago magbigay ng academic tasks, alamin muna kung ligtas at kaya ba ng bata, guro, pamilya, at paaralan. Ang 4H framework ang puso ng guidelines. Ito ang 4 na response levels. Hayo, hinay, hinga, at hinto. Kapag ligtas, hayo. Kapag may mild disruption, hinay. Kapag mataas yung stress or recovery mode ng community, hinga. At kapag delikado na at basic needs ang priority, hinto. Hayo means continue. Itong level kapag ligtas yung learners, teachers, at school personnel. Kaya kaya pang ituloy yung regular classes at normal school activities. Halimbawa, may bagyo sa ibang lugar, pero yung school area nyo hindi naman apektado. Ligtas ang biyahe, maayos yung classroom, handa yung learners and teachers. Sa ganitong sitwasyon, hayo ang magiging maaaring gamitin. Pero kahit hayo, tuloy pa rin yung monitoring. Hinay. Hinay means ease in or slow down. Ginagamit ito kapag may disruption, pero hindi pa kailangang ihinto yung learning. Halimbawa, may malakas na ulan, may ibang learners na hirap ng bumiyahe, may intermittent power or internet, pero kaya pang magpatuloy sa adjusted learning. Sa hinay, pwedeng bawasan yung subject, paikliin yung activities, or gawing flexible yung out. The key is to reduce pressure and keep learning realistic. Hinga means check-in. Ginagamit ito kapag mataas yung stress ng learners, teachers, o ng families, o kapag recovery mode pa yung community. Sa hinga, hindi mo na mabigat yung academic demand. Ang unang tanong ng teacher ay hindi nasaan yung assignment mo, kundi kamusta ka? Ligtas pa kayo? May kailangan ba kayong tulong? Hinto means stop. Ito ang level kapag delikado na yung sitwasyon. Halimbawa, major flood, evacuation, damage facility, unsafe road, violent incidents, or any situation where basic needs and safety are at risk. Sa hinto, hindi muna learning packets, assignments, or quizzes yung priority. Unahin natin yung protection, yung emergency response, yung food, yung water, yung shelter, medical needs, and psychosocial support. It is protecting the learner so education can continue later. Ang 4H framework is best understood as continual. Hindi ito fixed level na once decided ay hindi na pwedeng baguhin. Kung gumaganda yung kondisyon, pwede bumalik muna mula sa hinto to hinga, then hinay, then hayo. Kung lumalala naman yung sitwasyon, dapat handa ang school na mag-shift from hayo to hinay, hinga, or hinto. Ang mahalaga ay responsive ang desisyon sa actual ground condition. Hindi lang bagyo ang sakop ng framework. Maaari itong gamitin sa typhoons, floods, earthquakes, extreme heat, poor air quality, power interruption, transportation, disruptions, disease outbreaks, violence, conflict, and others. The common decision point is this: ano ang safe, feasible, at supportive of learning ngayon? Before an emergency, kailangan ng may preparation. Dapat may learning continuity plan, updated contact information, learner mapping, prepared learning resources, and official communication channel. Dapat malinaw din kung sino yung focal person, paano makipag-coordinate sa SEO, LGU, BRRM office, parents, and teachers. Mas prepared yung school, mas mabilis at mas maayos yung response kapag may emergency. During emergency, the school should not immediately force regular class routines. Unahin muna yung assessment. Ligtas ba yung learners, yung teachers, yung personal? Kaya ba yung access? May kuryente ba? Internet, material, and safe routes? Pagkatapos, decide which 4H level apply. Then communicate clearly to the parents, learners, and staff. Finally, support the learners and teachers based on their actual capacity. Huwag magbigay ng mabigat na outputs kung hindi naman siya realistic. Pagkatapos ng emergency, hindi dapat automatic na full normal agad. Kailangan tingnan kung safe na ba yung school facility. Ready na ba ang mga teachers? May materials ba yung learner? Emotionally ready na ba yung community? Minsan, galing sa hinto ang school. Baka kailangan mo na dumaan sa hinga or hinay bago bumalik sa hayop. Recovery is not only physical, emotional, academic, it could also be social din. Recovery is not only, it's actually emotional, academic, and social din. Ang school nangunguna sa coordinated decision making, hindi siya dapat magdesisyon based hula or pressure. Dapat may actual assessment, coordination with SDO and LGU, and clear communication. Mahalaga rin ang yung monitoring. Kapag nagbago yung sitwasyon, dapat magbago din yung response level. Sa panahon ng emergency, yung teacher ay hindi lang tagapagbigay ng lesson. Siya ay yung guide, communicator, and support system. Sa hayo, normal instruction. Sa hinay, adjust and lighten. Sa hinga, check-in muna. Sa hinto, pause, academic demands, and support the safety response. Mahalaga yung empathy. Hindi lahat ng learners ay may parehong access, resources, and emotional readiness. Parents or guardian are essential partners. Unang role nila ay bantayan yung official announcement. Iwasan yung unverified posts. Kailangan din i-update yung contact details and inform teachers about the learner condition. Kung may internet ba, may kuryente ba, may health concern ba, emotionally okay ba yung bata. Kapag nasa hinay or hinga yung goal, ang support natin, not the pressure. Para sa learners, ang unang responsibility ay safety. Makinig sa parents, sa teachers, and sa official advisory. Kung hindi ka makaka-attend o hindi kaya gumawa ng activity, sabihan si advisor or si teacher. Ang learning ay mahalaga, pero hindi ito dahilan para isakripisyo yung ating kaligtasan. Halimbawa, may generated flooding. Kung safe pang school, kung may minor access issue, hinga. Kung katatapos lang ng baha at recovery mode ba yung family, hinga. Kung major flooding and evacuation, dito makikita na hindi pare-pareho yung kahit pareho yung weather effect. Ang basis is the actual condition. Sa dulo, ang mensahe ng DepEd Order No. 14 Series of 2026 ay very clear. Mahalaga yung learning continuum, pero mas mahalaga yung safety, dignity, and well-being ng bawat learner, teacher, and school personnel. Kapag ligtas, kapag may disruption, hinga. Kapag kailangan ng alalay at pahinga, hinga. Kapag delikado, hinto. Learning continues best when learners and teachers are safe, supported, and ready. These are the sources used for this PowerPoint. For official implementation, schools should refer to the full DepEd Order No. 14 Series of 2026 and relevant issues from our school division, office, and local government. This is Teacher Gracie in the next educational vlog.